My name is James Rowlands, and in 2015 I started a WNR podcast with my friend
Dan White. And for 5 years we have brought you the very best of the network, but it's time for a change.
Now we don't just confine ourselves to Vinnie Mac, bring you AEW, Impact, NJPW and all the latest from the British wrestling scene.
But we will still bring you all our old favourites, including NXT Update, takeovers and live shows for the Big Four.
This year we will decide who is the greatest British wrestler in the world, plus so much more.
But until we watch everything, we are with you, and
we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And today it's the WNR268, and it's NXT UK versus NXT, and it is Worlds Collide. Dan, are you looking forward to this event?
I am looking forward to it. It is the best of NXT UK versus the best of NXT, and it can only mean one thing: absolute greatness.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. And before we do anything, let's start with Vault to the intro. And well, when two tribes go to war, a point is all that you can score. When two tribes go to war, a point is all that you can score. It's two tribes, and they go to war. And they repeat themselves a lot. So yes, it is NXT versus NXT UK, and Winston Churchill lets us into this event to say it's going to be all-out warfare. We've spoken for about an hour and 45 minutes about how great it is. Dan, we are expecting the very best hits tonight, aren't we?
Yes, and you know, as always with NXT events, it always delivers as well. It never lets us down.
So we'll start off already on the kick-off show. We had KD Ray versus me, and before we got to that, we should explain the Prediction League. Dan, explain everybody the Prediction Leagues for everybody.
Yes, well, we have 4 Prediction Leagues now, not 3.
We pay-per-view. We have an NXT pay-per-view. We have AEW pay-per-view. And we have a bonus points pay-per-view, bonus points league as well.
Exactly. So now the question is, Dan, do we have this count as towards an NXT, or do we count it as a bonus point?
NXT.
So this is going to be like an NXT pay-per-view. So at the moment it's 1-0 to me, because Blackpool's a great start of the year, but Dan can pull it back straight away with Worlds Collide. So the kick-off show, me, Yim, and Kaylee Ray, and prediction-wise in this one, Dan, who did you go for?
I went for the UK champ, Kaylee Ray, to get the victory over Mia Yim.
And I too went Kaylee Ray in this one. So that is 1 point all as we start off the main show. And it's Todd Phillips and Nigel McGuinness on commentary.
That's quite fitting, seeing as though we're doing his special very, very soon. Hi, Nigel McGuinness. And we've also seen, before the show kicked off, we saw Triple H presenting Angel Garza with a new NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Does that mean one thing, James?
205 Live is indeed dead. But one thing very much alive is the Prince. And he's a new attitude on NXT. And it's Finn Balor involved. And are you pleased to see Finn Balor involved? What you thought the build-up to this matchup?
I think it's been enjoyable. You know, Finn Balor, he's kind of someone who's been there, done it all. He sees Ilya Dragunov as someone who's like him in the beginning, you know, not sure what to do. But, you know, with what we know of Ilya Dragunov, he's a man of few words.
He is indeed. But this Balor is a man that I know you're a huge fan of. And this will be a very interesting match. Prediction-wise in this one, I have gone for Finn Balor.
I too have gone for Finn Balor.
What are your reasonings for Balor in this one?
I think he's someone stronger. He's on more of a push than Ilya Dragunov is at the moment. You know, he's someone that could soon be fighting for the NXT Championship. With Ilya Dragunov, I don't think the loss will hamper him too much. I think, you know, he's someone that's still relatively new and fresh, and, you know, he could pick himself up from this and go on to do what he does best.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do. And Balor's coming out here for a great reception. And does this make it feel like a bigger event because people like Finn Balor are involved in it? Could they not be able to do this Worlds Collide a couple of months back if the star power of Balor around?
I think Balor's certainly helping as opposed to hampering. You know, What else would we have seen? Matt Riddle in this fucking match? Yeah. No, I don't fucking think so. Jog on, mate.
And what top are you wearing today, Dan?
I am wearing an original Bro 2015 Matt Riddle t-shirt.
And why is that?
Because, James, like you do all the time, you forced me to wear it. Well, it's actually a change because you normally force me to wear my boxers. I don't even remember agreeing to that one, but you let me wear trousers today.
Somehow it did slip in. So we're going to see what happens here as Dragunov comes out, and this is a man we weren't sure about when we first saw him. Was he going to be another kind of European rip-off? But there's nothing quite like him, is there, really?
No, we thought he was going to be a Vladimir Kozlov, someone who's comes out, he's Russian, Mother Russia, but he's, he certainly is his own character. Yeah, he's definitely unique, someone we're both starting to get behind.
Right, and these two guys are in phenomenal shape as well. You think Balor's in good shape, then you see Dragunov and you kind of realise this should be an absolute classic. And of course, people say the similarities between the two because of maybe their kind of look and what they can do in the ring. But don't doubt that these two men are kind of complete opposites, especially with the Prince and the kind of the heel gimmick that we've not seen a lot of. It's very different to the Finn Balor we're probably used to in NXT.
Absolutely, yeah. And does that mean kind of like the Demon's been put to the wayside for now?
It seems that way, but is that a bad thing? Because then it brings more excitement when we see it again.
I don't think it is a bad thing, It was something that he brought out on rare occasions. And, it's something that you can just put back in the box for a little while. You've got the alter ego of Bray Wyatt and The Fiend kind of taking over that mantle for the time being. So, you're not losing out on any at the meantime. Yeah,
no, I completely agree. And I feel this is a very takeover-y way to start with Dragunov versus Balor. It could have gone Cruiserweight title, but instead it gone like this, and I think this is good,
They pulled out the big guns to put eyes on the screen.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And here we go, and it was both men start. And the keys to victory in this one's going to be very difficult because both men seemingly have a lot in the tank. This is conceivably go an hour, and both men would be quite happy about that.
Absolutely, yeah. The conditioning of these two guys is absolutely phenomenal. Can Dragunov keep up with the pace of Finn Balor for a long period of time, though?
Well, this is the question. He's still relatively new to WWE in that way, and there's Balor, who he's kind of turned into a veteran, even though he is still quite young. He's been there and done that, and we'll see how much Dragunov has got in the tank. And this is definitely a step up from what Aya has been facing, even though, Volta and all that lot. Balor is a kind of elite athlete, isn't he,
Is this Dragunov's biggest match?
I think it is. I think it's an introduction. I think more people will be watching this because Finn Balor's involved, see what this young man can do.
And again, it can only bring more eyes to NXT UK. They're going to see, well, this here Dragunov, he looks like a specimen. Oh, Moustache Moutain, they look quite a handy team. Who's this Imperium, they're going to want to check it out, if they're not already.
Yeah, and they've done well with Dragunov, the way he kind of introduced, not gone the kind of undefeated way in that, kind of brought him back, after his loss from Cassius Ohno, and the kind of build up with Gallus as well, not kind of doing the thing of joining Imperium, and now he's taunting Balor.
Oh, wow, yeah, he put the fist up to Balor and called him out. Balor was going to raise up the guns, but Dragunov just gave him a cheeky slap. I don't know if that was wise from Dragunov, though.
So, sunset flip attempt.
Balor rolls out, lands on his feet, and delivers a slap back to Dragunov.
Oh.
Throws him to the outside. Balor with a drop kick through the second and bottom rope.
And this is the Balor that I want to see. The kind of more aggressive Balor, the faster one. He's not kind of making silly mistakes. He seems to be focused and wanting to prove his legacy as well. Let's not forget.
Do you think Balor is more suited in NXT? It's a style of wrestling, it's more... more is expected of you.
I think without doubt, I think with Balor, he just maybe even feels more comfortable in NXT. It just seems to work a bit like a Gargano and Ciampa as well. It's kind of weird to think of them without being in NXT.
Yeah, a huge senton from Dragunov onto the ribs of Balor. Now he's working the arm.
Well, if Balor didn't know if he was involved in a fight, he does now. As Dragunov's shown exactly what he can do.
So do you prefer Finn Balor kind of with the coup de grace as being a set-up move, setting them into the 1916 or 1619 or 6911, 1169?
I do prefer... I prefer Balor as a heel anyway. So, to set up the coup de grace there, I think it's a move that you don't really need to hit anymore. I think it's a little bit dangerous, and I think getting another finisher might work well. As Balor shows some speed, but Dragunov had it countered.
With his head.
Balor on the outside now.
Lulling Dragunov into a full sense of security, but stepping off the ring apron. That's not going to stop Dragunov, who fakes out a couple of times. Draws Balor in, kicks him in the ribs. Jumps off the bottom rope on the outside of the ring and just cross bodies Balor down.
And at the moment, NXT UK is dominant over NXT. Dragunov showing exactly what it's all about. And being a nice guy, he's thrown Balor in, but Balor showing a veteran experience.
Rolls to the outside. That brings Dragunov up to the top. He's got Balor in his sights. But Finn moving out of the way, and here just hitting the wafer thin mats, which are a lot thinner than the Impact ones.
My God, how thin are those mats?
They're wafer thin, just mere millimetres thick over concrete, not parquet wooden flooring, but concrete.
Well, saw Dragunov coming in, managed to scout him, and then just kicks him when he's down. And this is Balor's territory right now. He knew the young man would go up.
Well, this is where the age and experience comes in Balor's favour.
Now Balor just throws him in. And even that with a cravat takedown is beautiful. And a drop kick right in the back of the head.
He knows he's not going to win it from here, but just making Dragunov expel energy. Straight down into a side headlock.
But it's going to take a lot to wear Dragunov down. And this is one of the things that if maybe Dragunov can get through this from Balor, he might get the advantages. No doubt if he hits a Torpedo Moscow, how dangerous that move actually is. You talk about using his head. Literally, that's how we get the job done. But Balor just staying on top of him at the moment. Felt that Dragunov was going to break the submission, turned it to a slam, just to cover and again to expand the energy. Now Balor just staying on top of him. You can't argue exactly what Balor's doing at this moment in time.
Absolutely not. No, he's not giving Dragunov an inch. He's not going into this half-heartedly. He knows what to expect from Dragunov. He knows he's a great competitor, so he knows he just can't give him any time to recover, any time to get any moves in. He's not arguing with the referee. He's not going into the fans. He has just got one thing in his bullets.
It's Dragunov.
And the fans as well responding. This is a really mixed feel. You've got the NXT UK fans in the building, and of course the NXT, because there could be fans around the world, not just from Texas in this one, because of course the Royal Rumble weekend. So there's going to be, you can already see the Irish flags, the British flags as well. So Balor's going to definitely have support here.
Yeah, you can see the green t-shirt guy as well.
Oh yeah, he's always there. And Dragunov trying to fight through now. Probably got his family in town.
So do you reckon we'll see Balor tomorrow night in the Royal Rumble?
I hope not, because I've just done my 30, man.
Are his ties cut with WWE for now? Would it not make sense? It would probably be going against the grain to put him back into it. They might as well.
You're NXT now, get on with it.
Yeah,
kind of
they
thing,
might as well take someone from NXT, or they've got a load of infills, like the likes of Mojo Rawley, Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, all right. So look at Dragunov now, building up momentum, knee in the corner to Balor, and a huge clothesline. And I think he's bleeding from the eye.
I think that is internal bleeding, James, if I'm not mistaken.
That won't put him off as he's building momentum now.
Got Balor in the corner. Huge lariat. The Dragunov's going up to the second, exposing the knee. Ooh, dropping it across the chest. 2. No, only a 2 count.
2. And Balor struggling this one. Dragunov building momentum. This is not what Finn Balor wanted. You can hear the mixed chants from the crowd, but Dragunov will not be distracted in this one. Balor is in a little bit of trouble, got his hand caught. And you don't see many men doing that. It's just the chops to the side of the face and the neck and the shoulder. And Dragunov with the knees, and he's not letting Balor go. Balor really realising that, trying to drop Dragunov down.
Well, but Dragunov just keeps getting up, delivers a huge knee to the jaw of Finn. Into a cover, but only a 2.
Ooh. And I now might be close to a victory here, as Balor is down, and Dragunov looking to take advantage.
The victory for Dragunov will give him a huge boost of momentum as well.
Without doubt. Even if in NXT UK, that would project him up to near number 1 contendership, which is massive. And now he's looking to send Balor into the corner on his shoulders.
No, backslide from Balor. Drops him down, double foot stomp to the chest.
And Finn Balor now, not only is it an offensive move, but he gets a chance to catch his breath back. Dragunov is a constant threat, and Balor definitely feeling the pace, even though we talked about how great condition both men are in.
Absolutely. But Dragunov is still calling Balor out. He's not backing down, making his way back up to his feet.
And now both men exchanging forearms. Balor's still got a little bit more speed in the step, you would say.
Definitely, yeah. Balor's speed. I think Dragunov's slightly more stronger, though.
Seen these two trading all night with the chops and now the kicks.
Balor with a PK, but gets caught by Dragunov. He turns him back round.
And look at the strength of that, picking him up.
Balor managing to block it, though. Looking for the 1916, but Dragunov gets out of it. Just drops the elbow across the throat, though, and Dragunov's back on the mat.
And that's how quick Balor can just turn things around. Now getting in the corner, looking to finish things off now. He's thinking Dragunov's been in this match too long. Here's the
swing blade, but Dragunov's back up to his feet. He's got him in his sights. Looking for the dropkick in the corner, but Dragunov gets the leg up.
That was a beautiful reversal. Now look at the power of Balor. Look at the power of Dragunov with Balor.
And a very innovative suplex from Dragunov into a bridge, but only a 2 count.
2. Well, Dragunov has definitely taken Finn Balor to the limit here tonight. As he sees his own blood. Like Dan said, it's internal bleeding.
Absolutely. There's no other way for it.
He must have lost at least 2 millilitres of blood.
At least half a milliliter.
But what a rebound clothesline that was by Dragunov, taking Balor down, but out the ring. He was unsuccessful earlier with this move to the outside. Going to try again.
Oh, Dragunov just sending his whole body into Balor's, dropping him down to the mats.
And he just used himself as a weapon. He doesn't care what punishment he takes.
Absolutely not. Now throws Balor into the ring, who's strewn across the bottom rope. Dragunov going up top.
Well, he can't. He's not halfway across the ring.
Oh, hits the coast to coast. Into cover. 2. No, Balor managing to kick out.
And now I think the fans starting to get behind Dragunov a little bit, and Balor might be busted.
I think Balor's nose might be broken. That's internal bleeding for him as well.
Or a bit of payback from what Balor did to Dragunov, and now Dragunov on the apron. Looking to go up and finish things off. And what's Dragunov going to do? Here he comes.
A huge senton, but Balor got the knees up.
Knees up, mother brain.
Drop kick into the corner.
And it was like Dragunov was thrown out of a moving auto vehicle, the way he bounced back in the turnbuckle.
He's got him in his sights. Coup de grace.
And I don't think Balor's finished there. We talked about it earlier. He's got Dragunov up.
1916. 1, 2, 3.
And Finn Balor wins this one. Dan, what did you think of the match?
Absolutely impressive here, Dragunov. Again, you know, he's certainly moving up in my estimations. He put up a good fight against someone.
You know, well established in the WWE, you know, a former Universal Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. Someone who's been there, done that. You know, and for Dragunov to go nearly toe-to-toe with him, absolutely brilliant of him. Finn Balor, this Finn Balor is a Balor that we've needed as well. A Balor that's going to bring a lot of life to NXT in the next few months.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Dragunov comes across as a star. Balor gets the victory, seems more aggressive. Plus, it didn't outstay its welcome. You know, it didn't go too long. It was a nice opener to start. Hopefully, the show can stay like that. So, Balor gets the win. It means we both get another point. So, it's 2-2 as we have our second match. But a great way to start as Finn Balor gets victory. But credit to Ilja Dragunov. And it's the Royal Rumble tomorrow night, if we've not been told for the 15th fucking time.
Is it not?
Yeah, it's a Rumble, yeah.
Do I need to buy the network to watch the Royal Rumble?
You can get free trial, so just watch it on there. And of course, we're always free, and the WNR podcast will be releasing the Royal Rumble on Sunday.
Tonight.
Come on down. And now,
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton will not win the Rumble. It's happened already as people listen to this, and they know Randy Orton's not won. But one person that's looking to be a big winner tonight is the NXT champion, Rhea Ripley. And she's looking to go against Toni Storm. And this is going to renew an old rivalry. Look at Toni Storm get ready in the background. Toni Storm?
You took my title off me.
Well, that is not the only title on the line. And look who's in the crowd.
It is Zach Gibson and that fella with him?
James Drake.
Ah.
Grizzled young veterans. Oh, look. Look who's in the crowd.
Bro.
It's your favourite.
Bro.
Well, it's your favourite wrestler, Dan, and Pete Dunne together.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this T-shirt in half, cut my Pete Dunne one in half, and sew them to fit you. Oh, low blow. No, I'm going to cut them in half, and I'm going to have a Broserweight.
Well, we just found out that the winner of the Dusty Classic will get a shot at the NXT Tag Team titles.
So, who is in the final, James, is Time Splitters.
We have not watched it yet, so to me, I'm going to completely ignore everything I'm seeing right now, because we'll bring you the Dusty Classic the week after the Royal Rumble.
The Dusty Road Classic.
Dusty Classic, baby's back, so we'll look forward to that. Do you know what's weird? We're watching an event on the network in America, and Zach Gibson is giving a promo. Good old England. Look, Dan, there's your girlfriend behind him.
Bro. You see me and Matt Riddle, right? We're going to win the tag team titles. We're going to go on to WrestleMania.
Pete Dunne's looking at him and going, you're such a cunt.
The WNR podcast.
At least Mojo never teamed up with Drew McIntyre. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of our Magnificent Seven with this complete knobhead. One of the greatest technical wrestlers on the planet, and Pete Dunne. And look, he gets cheered without saying anything.
We're going to win. You're a cunt. I fucking hate this prick next to me.
He's a fucking dickhead.
And let me finger you under your blow dress. Let me finger you under your blow dress.
Oh, I see what he did there. He said bitter end.
Bro.
That's his finisher.
Bro.
He's teamed up with that dickhead. Do you know what? He wouldn't make the Magnificent Seven if he knew. But up next, it's the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. We've got
Angel Garza,
Isaiah Swerve Scott,
the Kiwi Buzzsaw Travis Banks,
and the Irish Ace Midget Edlin. It's going to be little person head. He has got a big head, though, hasn't he, Jordan?
He has got a fucking magnificent 7 head.
Yeah, like, you know. But it's going to be interesting because we've got NXT talent and NXT UK talent.
And Jordan Devlin.
And Isaiah Scott is coming out here. But prediction-wise, Dan, who have you gone for? Whom have you gone for in this match?
And still NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Girl, you're my angel. Angel Garza.
Well, Dan, I have gone for a man who might not get the title over his head. But still, I've gone for new Cruiserweight Champion, Jordan Devlin.
So, just before the show, they're going to present Angel Garza with a brand spanking new title for him to drop it to the man with the largest head in WWE.
Well, at the moment, NXT versus NXT UK is 1-1. And can Devlin get victory for NXT UK? He is laser focused, Dan. Look at him. We've seen him. We're going to rub off on him in a good way.
So they're going to have 2 Irishmen winning back to back.
Well, here comes the Kiwi Buzzsaw, and Travis Banks is the man who deserves this moment in the limelight, doesn't he, really?
So they're going to have 2 Aussies winning in a row after the NXT Women's Championship's up next.
Look, let's just move on with this action. Travis Banks deserves this moment. It's not been featured at TakeOver, but it's going to get a Worl'd Collide. Could he be the dark horse? No, because Devlin is in this one. And here comes your man, who's just known for pulling his trousers off. No wonder you like him.
James, he's an angel.
And he's come out with a new... So what do you think of the new championship belt and 205 Live being dead?
I think the new belt, it looks better than the purple strap. I wasn't keen on that. I think, they've just changed the strap, which is what is needed all along.
Well, we're going to see what happens in this match. All 4 men coming out here. And I feel that tag team title match, the talk between the Dusty Classic went a bit long, so they just skipped the entrances a little bit with these guys. But we'll see what happens. Maybe not 4 of the most well-known guys. Who would you say is the best wrestler, minus predictions?
I would have to go with Travis Banks. Who's your opinion of wrestler best? I just think, he's certainly got a lot to offer. I don't think he's had a chance to prove himself, but he's solid in the ring. And then up next, I'll say Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, I think Travis Banks probably the better worker at this moment. But again, if you ask him, Devlin will tell you he's the best worker by a country mile. But I think Swerve is very underrated. We've not seen the best of him yet. Hopefully this match will give us a few spots. Quite happy. The card is going away. I think it is. I think the women's match will be co-main. So up next will be DIY tag team match.
So why do you think Isaiah Swerve Scott is in this and not my man Trevor Lee?
Because Trevor Lee's not fucking cruiserweight, is he?
Of course he is.
Trevor Lee's not cruiserweight, is
he?
He
shaves his head. Then he's
well, I don't know. Well, I'm surprised Leo Rush's not in it. But we'll see what happens. As we go, this could be do you know, it would be nice if there's a little surprise in this one. If Devlin wants to win, it'd be surprise. You've gone for new NXT champion. That's a bigger surprise than this. Or have you? Tell me.
I may or may not. I cannot confirm nor deny that I may or may not have gone for a new NXT champion?
Well, I don't care. As long as Travis Banks wins this one, I'll be alright. As long as we don't get a point. You know, if we both lose. Sometimes both losing is better than you winning. Travis Banks or Swerve winning Cruiserweight Championship will make me happy. We'll still be 2-2.
Well, one of us could still be on
Perfect
for a
score.
perfect score.
We've spoken about that yet.
And what comes with a perfect score, James?
A bonus point. And this year it comes with 10 bonus points. You believe? No, it doesn't. Just the one. Can't try that again. So here we go. This could be very interesting. Keys to victory, Dan. What can you do in a fatal 4-way?
I think you need to kind of focus on the weakest link of the chain. You know, the smallest guy, the man who's got an injury, which is Angel Garza, unfortunately. Not the smallest guy, but the man with an injury. Just kind of pick your moments well. You know, kind of try and eliminate a couple of people from it so you get a bit of alone time with your weak link.
Well, this goes against everything I usually say in a champion fatal 4-way match or a multi-man match. Like, normally the champion does retain.
Hang on a minute, James. Can
Wait.
we just have silence?
Oh!
Angel Garza was just about to pull him off, but he got stopped from unzipping his trousers.
Well, 3 of strikes to the face stopped him, and now Devlin speeding up a little bit. Goal to Banks and Swerve.
Wow, it's taken them both out. Standing moonsault across Banks and Swerve. Garza's back in. But Garza's down.
And Devlin's got a point to prove in this match. Garza managing to kick out.
Ah,
And Devlin's starting this one hot.
he's on fire, baby.
And Swerve, though, swinging in. Managing to catch Banks at strikes. That was nice. Banks pushed the boot away, but he managed to turn it super kick into Devlin. Goes in the cover of Banks, gets switched over.
Yeah.
Flatliner to Devlin.
As this is takedown to Banks, Garza's back up. Garza's back down, and Swerve is standing tall as everyone else is kind of recovering from the beatdowns.
Well, Swerve has wrestled a lot of different styles in his career as he managed to flip out and land on his feet to the outside.
Well, Garza pushes Devlin over the top rope, who lands on the edge of the ring apron, straight into the arms of Swerve.
Oh my
who gives
God.
him an attitude adjustment to the wafer-thin mats, but then eats a kick from Travis Banks. Garza sailing over Banks, takes out Swerve.
When Banks is the last man standing, I say that. Double foot stomp off the apron onto Garza. This has been a demolition derby to start with.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think they've been told as well, all the men, of it, just go out there, put on the best show you can?
Exactly that. I think, you know, they want to kind of bring more eyes to the product. If people are talking about it, tweeting about it, Facebooking about it, it's going to bring eyes to the product. And then them eyes are going to stay for the Royal Rumble as well. Oh.
Banks now chopping the competition to hit Swerve, and now Garza.
Looking for Devlin, who's backing away, but still doesn't escape a chop to the chest.
Well, these two men were scheduled to face at the very first takeover until Banks was taken out by Devlin.
Well, Swerve tries chopping Banks, laughs it off, and hits a few more strikes to Scott.
And Banks is a man possessed in this match. Brings
He's
Swerve
a
back
man
in.
on a mission. He's not Mo or Mabel.
He brings Swerve in, and now Travis teeing up.
Travis Banks versus Tajiri, the Kiwi buzzsaw versus the Japanese buzzsaw.
And the kicks themselves would be vicious. And look at Banks now with the kicks to Garza and Swerve.
They are getting fired up. Swerve looking to kick Banks, who ducks it, and he hits Garza.
German suplex then by Travis Banks on Swerve. Now comes running into both men in either corner.
He don't want to burn himself out too soon in this match. Sends Swerve upside down into Garza.
Takes Devlin out on the outside with a suicide dive.
Back into the ring where he's got Swerve and Garza stacked up. Cannonball to the pair of them. Devlin's back in. He gets thrown into Swerve and Garza.
Oh, 3-man pile up there, and it's all Travis Banks' work. Can he take advantage of it, though? There goes suplex now. Banks, he's still got Devlin, sends him into the corner. Comes running in, gets sent on the apron, though. Devlin working the midsection.
Asai comes charging in. Devlin's side. He gets thrown over the top rope. Uses Banks as a kind of like a springboard to send him back into the ring.
Oh my God, that was incredible there. DDT'd him with a tornado DDT, and then he caught Garza with the Spanish fly in midair. That was incredible. And now all 4 men are down after Banks hit the kick on Devlin. We thought this match would be good, and they're definitely bringing it in this one.
Even when they're down on the mat, they're still trying to kick the shit out of each other.
And now all 4 men, 2 on 2, just brawling and fighting with each other. It's been a fatal 4-way that hasn't stopped yet.
And they don't show any signs of slowing down either. As Garza gets thrown into Devlin and kind of uses them to bounce off the ropes. Takes out Swerve. Takes out Banks. Takes out Devlin. Takes off the trousers.
Well, Garza getting the biggest probably popping at the moment. Catching Devlin.
Catching Banks.
Oh my God, now here comes Swerve.
Oh! Into a cover on Devlin. 1, 2. Oh! That'd have been even better if he'd have got a victory over Jordan Devlin.
Well, great combination by all 4 men there.
This is one match that you can still see going any way. I mean, all 4 men have shown their worth in this match.
As long as Garza doesn't retain. And now Swerve.
I don't care who wins as long as it's not Devlin. Or Swerve.
And
or Banks.
Swerve now with the chops to Garza. And now both men trading. Oh!
Pop-up knee to the face for Swerve on Garza. No,
Oh!
Devlin coming in with a drop kick as Swerve is going to take out Garza. But Banks back into it.
Well,
Devlin just plants a nut on the side of Banks' head.
Devlin uses that as a weapon. It's over. Oh my God!
And the momentum of Devlin's head sent him all the way over.
Canadian Destroyer. And all 4 men just all over the place. Oh my God.
He bounced off his face.
There was enough of it to go around. And now Banks looking to finish off. Devlin, as a fan shot, this is awesome. The action's been incredible.
And Travis looking to go up top to finish Devlin off. But Garza sees it coming in.
And Garza wants to take advantage on Devlin. He's going to put him in position. Garza going up, but Swerve stopping him.
Doing exactly what Angel Garza done to Travis Banks, trying to get him off the top turnbuckle. But both men are fighting in a very precarious position. Devlin's moved himself out of the drop zone now, though.
And now Devlin's got both men as he goes up top. And he's taking a lot on now, is Devlin. As he's got hold of Swerve. Can he get hold of Garza? Oh! A double Spanish fly. Can he take advantage?
No, Travis Banks takes advantage.
The kick to the face.
Kiwi crusher.
1, 2.
No.
Oh!
Devlin managing to kick out.
Well, it won't be Travis Banks' night. What a move there by Devlin, taking both men out. Lost his balance, still managed to complete the move. And now he's grabbing hold of Swerve, and Banks has been the man in this match. I think that might be Devlin's time in this match over and done with. Swerve with a headbutt. And both men just trading, and now Swerve with the chops. Maybe thinks he's got the advantage.
Banks into the corner.
Oh my word.
Turned inside out into kind of like a powerbomb.
Well, that was beautiful, and a kick out.
And
Swerve innovative again, which that's what we've seen in the offense in this match.
We see Angel Garza there watching on, looking to climb up to the top turnbuckle.
You can almost see him stealing a victory in this match, can't you?
What are you saying about Mexicans and stealing, James?
No, I'm just
what
saying.
Have I told you about your racism?
I apologise, you're right. Eastman didn't say anything about Swerve, as he's got Banks up on his shoulders.
Garza.
Oh my!
Banks, who in turn takes out Swerve, throws him to the outside.
Oh, now he's got Swerve up. Takes him down. That'll be it. No, Devlin. Headbutt. Pin Swerve, son. Come on, it's your chance.
Keeps himself into the match. Now looking to finish Swerve off.
And when he finish him, Slewplex goes for the cover. 2, 3. Jordan Devlin is the new Cruiserweight champion. Oh my God. Devlin did it. I've completed predictions there. Never, Jordan Devlin, Cruiserweight champ. My God, what a match, Dan. What do you think of that match? Wow, unbelievable stuff. And I didn't cheat, we're doing it live. It's great to see that. Not since Bobby Roode have I reacted. I never thought I would for Jordan Devlin winning the Cruiserweight Championship. It was a good match though, Dan, wasn't it? All 4 men gave their best.
Yes.
And that was a great match between all 4.
No, it was a good high energy match between all four guys. It was, for most of us, a complete surprise. Jordan Devlin getting a victory. James, you calls it as you sees it.
I had a feeling tonight. What an incredible match, though. All four men, the moves that they did, the combinations of it, and the ending. Garza being so close to stopping Devlin, couldn't get the job done.
Well, one thing, you kind of notice through this match is there is not a single one of the original 205 Live or the Cruiserweight Championship members in the whole match whatsoever.
No, I was impressed with Swerve, but I felt the NXT UK guys were as good as the NXT guys in this one as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, 205 Live probably done deal. Devlin wins. The reason why I went for him is a perfect springboard for him. What else can he do in NXT UK as Cruiserweight Champion? Has his moment in NXT, he's got the mic.
Well, do you reckon this is something that could be used as a secondary title in NXT UK?
I think it'd be a great way to do it, because you've got guys like Ligero, people in that size, who definitely get the job done. And Devlin told us he would do it.
You told us, definitely.
And he is Cruiserweight Champion. Means 3-2 with points. Unbelievable stuff, Devlin.
NXT Women's Championship, is she?
Jordan Devlin says you never bet against the ace. Alright, so after the Devlin match, we see Undisputed Era getting ready, and Mia Yim and Keith Lee in the crowd, of course, the new North American champion, and we see Chelsea Green and Robert Stone. But up next is going to be a match that I'm looking forward to, Dan. I don't know about you, but these are the two teams. It's a dream match for me. The best of NXT UK versus NXT. It's Moustache Moutain DIY. What have you thought of the build up to this?
Well, I think these are the two best tag teams around at the moment, excluding Lorcan and Birch. I mean, one of them's English and one of them's American, so due to their conflicting countries, they couldn't be involved in this match, I heard, through my numerous sources. But yeah, these two teams are absolutely fucking awesome. A lot of respect for all four guys. All four guys can pull out an amazing match. And, I expect them to tear the roof off this building. Yeah,
without a doubt. You talk about two tag teams at the very best, and that is Moustache Mountain and DIY. But have Moustache Mountain had the success in NXT UK they deserve the past year or so?
I don't think they've had the success that they deserve. But if you're looking at kind of like, it was built around the British strong style team of Dunn, Bay and Seven. And they're kind of taking the Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks route are in AEW, kind of getting close, but not quite there. And, I think it's the best way to do it. You're not pushing them right in the faces of everyone. You're kind of keeping them relevant, but not in the forefront.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. I mean, these teams coming out, I know I'm expecting to deliver an absolute kind of classic. And Trent Seven, we've spoken about time after time, if he is the weak link of the team. I don't think he is. He's got a point to prove here tonight. And with Tyler Bate, and that moves on to predictions, because at the moment it's 3-2 after the shock of Devlin. I think Dan is finally over it, and it's my turn. I have gone for in this match, Dan, Moustache Mountain.
Well, James, I don't often disagree with you, but tonight I am. I have gone for hashtag DIY. Gargano and Ciampa are going to defeat Moustache Mountain. As much as I'd love to see Moustache Mountain win, and their cool entrance with their towel flips, it was a conflicting, because I absolutely admire both of these teams in this match. All four guys I really like, and it was a hard decision to make, but DIY just pipped it for me because they both got NXT champions, whereas Moustache Mountain have only got one.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, at this moment in time, NXT UK are leading, but I don't think they're going with a score that much. I think with this one, I went with my heart rather than my head, because with Moustache Mountain, I think they need a big victory. And a victory over DIY would be huge. Are you surprised DIY is back together again, or are you expecting some shenanigans?
I'm expecting some shenanigans. And you're thinking more shenanigans on the side of Moustache Mountain as opposed to DIY. But, they've come out, they're wearing matching gear.
It's great to see them together again, isn't it?
It is great, but who's kind of turned... Has one turned to the light side or has one turned to the dark side? Is Ciampa lightening up a bit, or is Gargano gone a bit darker, or are they kind of, to use their finisher, meeting in the middle?
I think, again, that's another interesting thing about these two guys and DIY in itself. The first time we saw them with straight out faces. The last time we saw them teaming, it was when Ciampa, got Gargano to come to the dark side, and it was all a ruse all along. And this time, looks like Ciampa's kind of lightening up. Yes, it's about Goldie, But now it's not about Johnny Gargano, and they can actually realise how good of friends they were. Actually have as a team. For me, Moustache Mountain have that advantage. If you look at tag team as a whole, I would say Moustache Mountain are a better team.
Yes, but a team is only as good as the individuals upon it.
That is the question, yeah.
You know, we've seen a man who's kind of received so much punishment in a match that there was an award named after him. And we've got the man who inflicted half of that punishment onto him. And, you know, taken away from their absolute fucking monstrous battles, like, you know, of the past year, it's hard to go against them.
No, but what a great atmosphere it is, and what a great night it's been so far. And Bate is a little bit bandaged up, as you can see. Will that be a target? I mean, you talk about keys to victory. Do you think DIY will look just for Trent Seven, or with Bate a little bit bandaged?
Well, I think, you know, they see the weak link in Trent Seven, as much as I hate to say it. And Tyler Bate, you know, visibly injured with the bandages on his shoulders as well. Is he going to be able to keep up pace? So, you know, they've got two weak links, and Gargano and Ciampa have never looked stronger, and they've kind of put their mission, or Ciampa especially, has put his mission for Goldie on hold in an attempt to prove that his brand is the best. You know, you've got the best of the best of the best, sir. And, you know, these two are coming together to kind of defeat a common enemy.
Yeah, I think this is the thing with Trent Seven. You know, you look at him. What a great worker, but, you know, you compare Ciampa, you'd be more Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate together. And unfortunately, they're not the tag team that's the kind of stable it is.
So with Moustache Mountain, are you thinking they should put Trent Seven in first, let him absorb as much of the punishment as he can take? Or are you going to put Tyler Bate in first, let him wear Gargano and Ciampa out, switch him for Trent Seven, so then Seven can come in, absorb a lot of the punishment, wear him out even further while Tyler Bate's recovering on the outside, and then Bate can come in for the kill?
Yeah, I think that would be what you're saying is right. The thing is, when you look at Tyler Bate versus Johnny Gargano, you would say, you know, Gargano's an excellent wrestler, but Bate can wrestle as good as Gargano. With Ciampa, he's fantastic, but is he as good as pure wrestler as Bate and Gargano? No, he's not. With Trent Seven, like I said, it's kind of the extra factor there of chaos and maybe being the unpredictable element in this match that maybe changes things for Moustache Mountain. As I said, they've been watching Tyler Bate, but Trent Seven, has he really had a standout performance, you know, in NXT UK?
Not singly, no.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. Tonight is the night.
So he is, as you'd say, the unknown entity in this. Because, you know, I'm sure Moustache Mountain have watched what Gargano and Ciampa can do, and singly. Do you think, you know, they try and play a game as if to try and get between DIY and say, look, you know, this is what happened, he's taken this from you and he's done this to you? Or are they just going to go out there and just do what they can? Because, you know, us British, we don't like to cause rifts.
I feel that Moustache Mountain's problem at the moment is that they're not willing to take that extra step, you know, to maybe be a bit more, you know, killer instinct involved, and to maybe get a little bit more success at this moment in time. They are gentlemen, of course, as all Englishmen are, but the thing is, there's a moment in time you've got to think about success, and you definitely know Ciampa and Gargano, we've seen them do that any means necessary at some point.
Well, they're both willing to go the extra mile to pull the trigger and get what they want.
Yeah. And that was the whole point of the storyline with Gargano. It'd be interesting to see if Moustache Mountain actually feel like that, you know.
But then, you know, you can't discredit British gumption. You know,
to stand at a queue, you know.
It is.
To be able to just hold out the intolerable. It might be raining today, but you never know about tomorrow.
Hez's takedown attempt from Gargano. Bate lands on his feet, running the ropes. But Gargano's got Tyler Bates scouted really well. An attempt at the Tyler driver, but Gargano quickly escapes it, and he is just working on that shoulder of Bate. But British style, escaping and counter-wrestling.
The thing is as well about these two men, you know, you talk about growing up or when you were young, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle being great wrestlers and all this. Nowadays, you talk about two just pure wrestlers, Gargano and Bate, they are up there in consideration among everybody else now.
Okay then, quick question. 2 answers. I want your opinion. Who's the better wrestler, Gargano?
Gargano's better than Ciampa.
Yeah. So, you know, out of the choice of which two of these guys you'd like to see squaring off, it is Bate, Gargano.
Yeah, they are equal in what they can do, as in, you know, the way they can wrestle And I think Bate is a better wrestler than Ciampa. These two are the kind of... This is the American version and the English version of each other.
I just love this during a match. You know, they've both done a brilliant chain wrestling sequence. They've been counter wrestling. Neither one of them is visibly injured. Neither one of them has got the upper hand on the other one. And they show a lot of respect towards each other and just shake hands in the middle of the ring. And they're saying, look, I'm going to tag in Ciampa. Do you want that? The fans say yes. Bate says, I'm going to tag in Seven. The fans also want that as well.
Well,
so we're going to see the two...
powerhouses of the team come in. The Husky of Trent Seven and, of course, Tommaso Ciampa.
And they all have glorious moustaches. So I hope at the end of this match, if there's still a lot of respect between the two teams, they all do...
oh, wow.
And as I say that, Ciampa does a moustache twist and Trent Seven shows him exactly how the British... do it. And James, I haven't a beard, but can I twiddle your hairs?
Of course you can. Oh.
And Ciampa's saying, well, you got the twiddle, I got the guns. Trent Seven's like, let's have a go at this. They say, no, you win. British humour at his best.
Well, Trent Seven might not be...
He is really not built like a wrestler.
He's not. That's what I really like about Trent Seven.
You know, I mean, at least with Kevin Owens, he's got some... You can see that he's been in the gym, but I don't even think Trent Seven's ever been in anywhere near a gym.
Oh, no, he probably does work out, but his body's a bit like mine, you know, sometimes it's difficult. But like I said, the unknown entity in Trent Seven, the veteran...
And you can see Trent Seven, he's breathing a bit heavier than Tommaso Ciampa.
But he knows what Ciampa can bring as well. But once they get going as a tag team, it's hard to argue how good Moustache Mountain are.
And a quick tag to Tyler Bate. He's like, no, we don't need to double team him. I got this one. Tyler Bate's like, I'm a big, strong boy.
Well, yeah, you talk about strong men, strong boys.
Ciampa is rather built.
But Bate is not bad, but maybe Ciampa mocking Bate.
There's not really much height difference between the two of them. They're going to have a test of strength. Big, strong boy against the puppet master.
Oh my god, look at Bate, look at the strength. Managing to take Ciampa down.
But Ciampa's reversing the pressure. Drops Bate to a knee. Absolutely brilliant. Tyler Bate rolls backwards, twists the arms round. And a lovely monkey flip there by Bate, holds onto the hands.
Oh wow.
Both men bridging out at exactly the same time.
They're putting on a show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And this is it, is it? This is, you know, it's not for anything serious, just for pride, just for bragging rights. And I think both team wants the bragging rights, and both team are going to put everything they've got into this match.
Do you know? It feels like a little bit like a treat as well, because we know what both rosters can do, and when they go against each other, you know, this is what we're seeing. And very rarely WWE programming are you enjoying it all the way through. And like I said, this match has been fantastic as they look to speed things up.
Oh, Tyler Bate looking for the old bait and switch, but Ciampa wise to that, takes out Bate and takes out Seven. Throws Tyler Bate to the outside.
Ooh.
Drops him there with a knee. Gargano with a kick to Seven. And now this is the DIY that are kind of like, we've played things nicely. We're going to turn it up a notch for you now.
And Tyler Bate sent over the announce table by Ciampa.
And Gargano sends Seven over. And Ciampa's sat on the edge of the ring, clapping and tapping himself on the back. And now Gargano joins him.
DIY happy again. A huge DIY chant. The fans are happy that they're back together.
Turn their attentions back to Tyler Bate. Ciampa throws him in the ring.
And I do love DIY outfit as well. They look really cool tonight. I always like tag teams looking like tag teams.
Oh, I believe you said that on once or twice.
And Bates in a little bit of trouble in the wrong part of town.
Gargano with his feet up. Bates' head gets sent right into the soles of Johnny Gargano. Now he's mocking Tyler Bate.
But DIY look like they're having a good time though. And Gargano now has just got the game plan, I think, just wearing out Tyler Bate. Maybe if you think Trent Seven's the weak link, to leave him till last.
That's it.
But then again, you and I know how much it's going to take to put Tyler Bate away. We saw the absolute war he had with Volta last year.
He don't go easily, just like an ex-girlfriend of mine.
And Ciampa now looking at Trent Seven, and the DIY have turned up the seriousness. Ciampa's got Bate right where he wants him, to side headlock. You got credit after coming back from all those injuries that he's had, you know, the leg, the knee even, and the neck as well. And he's in incredible shape, there's no doubt about that.
To me, it will be a sad day when DIY do go up to the main roster. Because you know that Vinnie Mac's going to fuck them over royally. And, you know, you can either see it go in a Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens kind of way, or just, you know, them getting pushed down further than they absolutely deserve.
I think Ciampa said he'd rather retire than go up to the main roster. You got to think, like, if he'd actually do that or not is a question. I think Gargano definitely deserves a chance, even though the perceived size of the guy no longer matters now, because Ciampa's known as quite a small guy, and he was knocking Tyler Bate earlier, who just went for a back suplex, and Bate managed to get the tag to 7.
He jumps over the rope, plants Ciampa, huge chop to the chest of Gargano. Oh, he does the old chop and DDT switch.
The old chop and DDT. And there's just an open slap to Ciampa.
He catches an incoming Ciampa and slaps the taste right out of Gargano's mouth. And the unknown entity, I mean, he is the powerhouse of the team.
Oh, wow, look at that. Look at the agility.
Lariats Ciampa down.
After the
2.
cartwheel.
No.
Oh.
Just a 2 count.
2. Trent 7 bringing the noise, bringing the funk.
So can you see 3 of these 4 becoming a world champion one day, or can you just see all 4 of them?
Trent 7 is maybe lost cause, but I hope the other 3 definitely have a chance at having a shot at the one of the World Heavyweight Championships, whether it be in WWE or elsewhere. And now Trent 7 managing to take out Ciampa for a second. Can he get the bait? Ciampa looking at tagging Gargano.
Well, I think WWE, like, you know, the main roster could certainly be built around these smaller guys. I mean, you know, you've got the likes of Pete Dunne, these 4 guys, you know. Even in that, you can say that Trent Seven's kind of a smaller guy.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's definitely changed from what it was.
You've got the likes of Adam Cole, you know, all of Undisputed Era aren't huge. You know, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins isn't a massive fella. I think, you know, he's probably bigger than a lot of these together.
I think NXT's helped that out a lot as well. When you look at the wrestlers that come through in recent times, it doesn't really matter kind of the size. It's just the amount of talent you got. As Gargano's come in, and it was kind of a hot tag because he's been on fire, baby. He took out both 7 and Bate with a clothesline slam combination, and then he nearly just pinned Tyler Bate there. Bate managing to kick out. Gone to the outside. Gargano maybe planning an attack.
7 grabbing the leg of Gargano. Ciampa coming in with a baseball slide. And then saving him from Tyler Bate as well. Johnny Wrestling's going to be Johnny Flying as he takes out Tyler Bate. Honestly, Tyler Bate do his nip up and his top rope bounce.
Well, it has been mostly DIY for this match, and now Ciampa's got draping DDT on 7.
Oh, and Gargano with a jump over the top rope DDT to Bate into the cover, but only a 2 count.
2. Come on, Moustache Mountain. And Tyler Bate is still in this match. And even with the injuries, it has been mostly Bate in there as a legal man.
Tyler Bate's like, you think that's a chop? Wait till Walter gets his hands on you.
And here, DIY working like a well-oiled unit.
Indeed. Oh!
Well, the knee and the kick and a cooler combination. Gargano came off the apron onto 7, but Bate managing to recover.
Missed most of that onto 7, though. Now Bate getting the upper hands on Ciampa.
Oh, my God.
Until Ciampa knees Tyler Bate in the back of the head. Double underhook. Looking for a powerbomb. No, Tyler turns it around. Tyler driver attempt.
Wow.
Backdrop from Ciampa to Bate.
Yes.
The spring and the lariat.
And this could be it. Tyler driver 97. This is it.
No.
1, 2, 5.
Couldn't keep Ciampa down.
Oh, but 7 in with a chop. Into the pin. 2. Oh.
And Johnny Gargano saving it into a cover.
Oh, my God.
But Bate managing to kick out.
Gargano with a couple of super kicks there. And what exchange that was. And I think no matter what happens, Moustache Mountain have obviously proved they could be in NXT, they could be even main roster, as how good a tag team they are. You talk about NXT needing tag teams.
Haven't they been NXT champion?
They have been NXT tag team champions, and they could be again. That's how good they are. And Ciampa now looking to tag in Gargano.
I think all 4 men have expelled a lot of energy so far in this high-paced match.
Without a doubt in the crowd. Dueling chance of DIY and Moustache Mountain.
Roll up for Bate. No, Gargano managing to kick out. And then Tyler Bate just plucks Johnny Gargano out of the air. Exploder suplex. Tyler Bate nips up. I've seen everything I need to see in this match.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Well, went for the standing shooting star and Gargano had his knees up.
Knees up, mother Gargano.
Oh my God, but the heel kick by Bate.
The Bate bounce. Ducks a clothesline attempt. But Tyler Bate going for?
No, both men exchanging.
The old spinny shoulder twist aroundy.
The airplane, but Gargano managing to block it.
Into the Gargano.
Trent Seven's in. Oh no!
He's got a chomp no escape.
And now Seven and Bate in trouble. Will this be it?
Oh, Trent Seven's managed to turn it around. Gets Chomper up onto his shoulders. I think Bate's doing the same with Gargano.
Bate is lifting Gargano whilst he was on his knees and stood up with him.
We're going to see dual aeroplane spins.
And both men getting dizzy. Bate just powers Gargano up and over.
Oh.
A double slam and a clothesline. Oh. But somehow Gargano managing to kick out. It could go either way at this point. Trent Seven in now. Come on, Trent. Get the biggest victory, and this is going to be the end now. Moustache Mountain. We've seen this before.
No, Tyler inadvertently hits his tag team partner.
Oh, no.
Could this be the split for Moustache Mountain?
Well, a knee by Chomper, now DIY. Oh, no.
Opposite corners. Bates down in the middle. Are we going to see some classic DIY?
Oh, and Trent Seven protected his partner and saying, no, you can't do it. He's my friend.
Friend. Hey, the old bait and switch from Moustache Mountain. Both members doing it on Gargano and Chomper.
Come on now. Seven's got Chomper up.
Chomper's up the sacrificial lamb. Oh!
Slammed him down. One, two.
No! It's going to take a lot more than that to keep Chomper down.
Oh, I don't believe it. Referee. Where's VAR? We need it checked.
Well,
in England, we got VAR.
We're in America at the moment, James. VAR hasn't made its way there yet.
Well, NXT chance. Yeah, I can't believe that. Now, again, tagging in and Moustache Mountain. Just seconds away, Dan. It's going to be over for you. Picking him up.
Oh, fucking hell. Bate's going up.
Double fireman slam. Here comes Bate. Off the top. Oh.
Wait a minute. Two.
Oh my God.
Well, Chomper managed to land on Trent Seven and he had a pinning attempt. It was, Tyler Bate looking at the back of his, eyes in the back of his head to see that.
That's how intelligent Chomper is.
Oh, he pulled Trent Seven on top of him, yeah. So he took the whole move and then rolled into a cover.
Bate didn't realise until the last second how Gargano's in, trying to get some semblance of life into Chomper. And have we seen Moustache Mountain's best shot? I hope not.
All four men in the middle of the ring. The crowd's going to go absolutely fucking banana.
And now Chomper, Gargano helping each other up. And here we go. All four men.
Having a huge slugfest, trading blows. Chomper catches Seven's arm and throws it into Bates' face. But a snap German for Chomper. A couple of knees to the face for Seven, though, from both members of DIY. Bate comes off the top to a double drop kick from DIY.
Oh, no.
And they're just waiting for Seven to get up, James.
No.
And they're going to meet in the middle, James.
No.
Oh. Booyah.
Oh.
Pin that man, Tomato Chomper. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. And DIY beat Moustache Mountain. Unbelievable. But what a fucking match. I was saying it was going to be a dream match. I was really looking forward to it. And boy, did it deliver. There's four men there. Take a bow,
Yeah, indeed. All four men absolutely brought it in this match. It was... You can't describe it. I mean, the talent that these four men possess. You could put just all four of these on their own brand and it would be Raw or SmackDown. I mean, just having any combination of these four guys having matches all night long and I'll be more than happy. One thing I'd love to see at the end of this is a huge show of respect because all four guys deserve it from each other.
Without a shadow of a doubt. What a match. And yes, it's disappointing why I won, but it means, Dan, you get a point. So it's 3-3 now with 2 matches left. But some of the sequences in that one, I think if there was gold on the line for this, it would have been like kind of match of the year candidate, how good the talent is. And would you want to see a rematch between the two teams?
Absolutely, yeah. Every takeover event possible.
Without a shadow of a doubt. What a match it was. And what a night it's been so far.
Indeed, James, but, let's address...
The elephant in the room, how does that do for scores on
I
production?
said it scores, it's 3-0, yeah. I'm going to get rid of a bit, just because the Devlin thing, I think, shook you to your very roots.
I'm just making sure.
We are level with 2 matches left. And surely,
Don't call me Shirley.
they're 2 very easy ones to predict.
Twat. Why don't you just fuck off? Get out.
Trent Seven giving Tyler Bate a hug.
And Gargano giving them a round of applause as well. They so rightly deserve. And again, despite the accidental shots that Trent Seven gave to Tyler Bate on 2 different occasions and eating the pin, I don't think you're going to see any friction between Moustache Mountain.
Well, it's just like there's a lot of respect between the 4 men now.
Don't fall for it. They're going to hurt you, Moustache. Maybe not.
Wow, that is a nice sign of respect. Handshakes and hugs all round. And they definitely put on a show here tonight, Worlds Collide. And that's what you have to see, Dan.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not about gold. It's not about a storyline that these 2 have intertwined together. It's just the best tag team from one brand going against the best tag team of another brand. And, on a different day, it could have been Moustache Mountain's victory. But on today, when points matter, DIY win for me.
So, yes, the next takeover will be February 16th. Takeover Portland. Of course, we'll be bringing you a live show once again. And this takeover should be, I say incredible. Every takeover delivers. Are you looking forward to this one, Dan?
I am indeed, yes. I absolutely love takeover events. They never let us down. And they didn't used to let me down either. But now they do. So we've got just 2 more matches. We've got the NXT Championship. And we've got Imperium versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah, we saw Undisputed Era get ready early. Now we see Imperium with a flag in the back and Walter gearing up the troops.
And Mercedes Martinez is in the crowd for this one.
Well, she has recently signed. Of course, we'll have more news on that on our live show. That was on Sunday, so you've already listened to that.
Yes.
Oh, and look who it is, Dakota Kai. And she's had
well,
problems.
hang on a minute.
Oh.
As Tegan Knox comes and attacks Dakota from behind. Trainers, EMTs, officials, referees, all trying to pull these 2 women apart.
Well, there's trouble between these 2 women dating back to TakeOver War Games. Kai trying to hurt Tegan Knox.
Wow, spears her through barricade.
And Knox now just knocking a snot out of, that's nearly called a Ruby Riot. Dakota Kai doesn't look anything like her. And the security now just trying to pull both women off each other. And my God, anything can happen here at a Worlds Collide event. And we've seen it here tonight. But up next, Dan, it's going to be NXT Championship on the line. And it's going to be Rhea Ripley, the champion, going up against Toni Storm. What have we thought of the build-up to this match? I mean, this match-up has been quite interesting because there's a lot of story behind it, isn't there? Because let's not forget Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Can she do it again tonight is a question. Storm has had her own heartache recently, but Ripley, this Rhea Ripley now, Dan, is a different Rhea Ripley from a year ago. She is on a hot streak, as it was, not like many wrestlers are they?
She is, as we said, she managed to dethrone Shayna Baszler for the NXT Championship, and she done so quite dominantly for someone going against Baszler.
I think without a doubt, and Ripley, like I said, the Survivor Series weekend, leading her team to a victory over War Games, and then being in the Survivor Series match as well, and winning that one, will do wonders. And Toni Storm, I've said recently we've seen a bit more whiny Toni Storm, but tonight, can she use that to her advantage against Rhea Ripley? Does she know how to beat Ripley? Can she get the job done tonight, Dan?
Well, is she still focused on Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray and trying to get back her NXT UK title? Or is she feeling this is, the onwards and upwards, and NXT is the way forward for her?
Or maybe she'll find more success. Of course, Mae Young Classic winner. I don't have to tell you because, of course, she was your prediction-wise. Dan, who have you gone for in this matchup? Of course, 2 matches to go.
Well, James, she very, very rarely lets me down, apart from the last... No, I went for Piper Niven on last one.
Yeah, he went to Piper Niven at Blackpool.
But she rarely lets me down. I've gone for Toni Storm.
Toni Storm, and I've gone for, and still NXT champion, Rhea Ripley. So again, 3 in a row, like we have gone different on. That doesn't normally happen, does it?
It doesn't, no. But if I'd have known the outcome of the Cruiserweight Championship, I probably would have gone for Rhea Ripley in this match.
Well, it's unbelievable, Ripley. And what are your reasonings for Toni Storm in this one at the moment?
I just think, it's these two women have had a great rivalry in NXT UK, and I think they can replicate that here. But on kind of different bandwidths. Rhea Ripley, she's kind of turned a bit more facey, to take out Shayna Baszler, and I think a more heelicious Toni Storm going against Rhea Ripley would bring kind of a different element to the feud between these two women.
Well, of course, Ripley was an all-out heel last time out, and now we've seen a more facey side to her. What do you prefer? Would you want to see a different side of Toni Storm? And what do you think of Rhea Ripley? Do you prefer the heel or the face? And
I like seeing her as a face at the moment, and I'd like to see a heel Toni Storm.
Yeah, I think Storm's definitely is a bit more evolved in her character and her work. Ripley's still quite young to this business, but she's gaining leaps and bounds, isn't she, really? I think this year from where she was, and I think she's comfortable as NXT champion as well. There's not a kind of, a worry about it.
And of the two, you can see that Toni Storm definitely has got the Vince McMahon look.
But I think the thing is, after Baszler's monster run with it, over like 400 days, whatever it is, you're going to see the champion maybe change a couple of times, maybe this year. I think it might be a little bit too soon as we get the introductions. And you talk about keys to victory in this one. I think Rhea Ripley has just got to ride that wave of momentum that she's got going at this moment.
Should this match be the main event?
No, because of how big the Undisputed Era versus Imperium match is. And not just because they're men, just because if you think about what's been dominating NXT the past 3 years, it has been Undisputed Era and Imperium have kind of been the backbone of NXT UK. This is just like, as a co-main event, it definitely has still a lot of meaning to it. But I think Ripley is confident, and a lot more confident than she was last time she faced Toni Storm.
Well, I think dethroning Shayna Baszler will do that for someone's confidence. And Toni Storm, you can see her confidence is visibly shook after losing to Kaylee Ray. I mean, a very unexpected loss to her. So
what does Toni Storm need to do in this match then to try and beat Rhea Ripley?
She needs to go back to Storm about 2-3 pay-per-views ago, 2-3 takeover events ago, and bring that Toni Storm, the Toni Storm that gets beaten down for the majority of the match but comes back and pulls the victory out.
Yeah, and I think what's very important in NXT, unlike maybe Raw or SmackDown, is momentum, and the momentum a wrestler can take, and they can ride it. It's exactly the same as you saw the Velveteen Dream, kind of getting on that wave of momentum and suddenly becoming successful, the way we've seen it with Rhea Ripley as well, and kind of has lost it recently. It'll be interesting to see if she can get back onto it.
But again, it's a good show of a wrestler's character if they can get back up off the horse, onto the horse once they've been knocked off.
And there's no doubt there's respect between these two women. Both still very young and new to WWE, and have been, fighting in the same places. You wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years' time, talk about development, both these women fighting maybe on a pay-per-view for the Women's Championship as well.
Well, I think these only go on to become the face, of the women's division. Once the four horsewomen kind of thing dies down and the Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, that kind of takes a bit of a back burner. These two women, along with a few others from NXT UK and NXT.
Well, there's no doubt Toni Storm will not back down for Ripley. Ripley, has got a awesome offense with her, but Storm was definitely going to bring it with the forearms. And maybe we'll see a little bit of a different side of Toni Storm. Is she mocking Ripley at the moment? I think that was a mistake, as got caught in a short arm clothesline 3 times.
And a huge kick knocks Storm into the corner.
Ripley working in the corner. Notice the difference in Toni Storm recently as well. What do you think has changed?
I just think, she's lost all that momentum that she has had. It has taken a nosedive, and you can tell, in the way she is, the way she's coming across, even the way she's wrestling. She's kind of not the Toni Storm that we've known from, debuting, really.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. And oh my God, Toni Storm there with a German suplex and Rhea Ripley. And I think the back of her head hit the bottom turnbuckle.
And I think, even the change in Ripley, the kind of momentum that Storm's lost, Ripley has found.
I think without doubt, I think like I said, Ripley at the moment, you talk about being on a roll as it was, it's definitely Rhea Ripley. I think Toni Storm might have a little bit of resentment. I think she was in that position.
If there was WWE rankings, I think Ripley would be top of the Women's League, throughout Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. And Ripley's in a little bit of trouble now. Toni Storm just trying to suffocate a nice suplex over. Goes for the cover, but Ripley manages to kick out. And it's Toni Storm now trying to press the advantage. And Ripley now getting the back of the neck worked on by Toni Storm. Seeing an STF. I mean, this is not going to make Ripley submit, but it is going to hurt the back of the neck.
Indeed, yeah, especially after it going into the turnbuckle.
And it's going to wear her down because she's having to move to that bottom rope with Toni Storm's weight on her.
But she manages to get there, break the hold.
Didn't hold for too long. And now Storm stomping down and Ripley picks up and chops her. You don't see many women bringing it to Rhea Ripley like this, but Storm will not back down.
Oh, a lovely spike DDT.
Oh my God, that could have been it, but Ripley got showed up at 2.
2.
And again, the fans have been good tonight, and there's dueling chance between the two. As Toni Storm looking to try and slow down Ripley, put her in a submission. And it's like Toni Storm is trying to stop the momentum, literally and figuratively, in this match of Rhea Ripley, not to let her really get into this one.
Exactly, you know, she doesn't want to make the same mistakes that she's made in the past. She's probably been watching her tapes back and kind of seeing what, you know, Ripley can bring and seeing how wrong Toni Storm has gone for her past few matches as well.
And Toni Storm is a lot, you know, more confident in this match than we've seen her recently. I think maybe with Rhea Ripley, because she has beaten her before, feels a little bit more comfortable. She shouldn't really turn her back low, and Ripley responded with a huge right hand.
Both women trading massive blows in the ring.
And now huge right hand. You see the redness of the cheek, and now both of them going for the attack, both windmilling it. But it's Ripley with a huge couple of clotheslines, turning Storm away.
Ripley with a cravat and a few knees to the head slows Toni Storm's momentum down. Just a huge running dropkick to the side of Storm's head.
A lovely move by Ripley there. Simple but effective.
So Toni is not a relative of Lance?
No, well, might be distant cousins. And now Ripley bringing Storm out into the centre of the ring and just slams her down with authority.
Planting her face first into the mat. But Rhea Ripley, I think she needs to kind of stick on.
Well, the back of her neck is obviously bothering Rhea Ripley. And she struggled before with Toni Storm, but now looking for the submission.
Inverted cloverleaf.
And beautifully applied as Toni Storm now trying to fight it off. And will Storm submit? In serious trouble now, struggling. Now looking for that bottom rope. Ripley just cranking away. We talk about support weight. Storm's having to support her entire weight now. As she finally rolls through on Rhea Ripley.
Looking for a German. Ripley managing to elbow Storm in the ribs.
Oh, come on now.
Riptide.
Ripley looking for it.
No, Storm just moves her momentum. Goes for the cover on of her own. But Ripley managing to kick out.
Both these women have got really deadly finishers.
Storm 0. No, Ripley trying to counter it.
Oh my God, Ripley now, oh no, gets herself in trouble, managed to roll through. Kicks caught by Storm.
God, snap German. Into a cover, 2. No, just a 2 count.
2. And Rhea Ripley's still in this matchup, but Toni Storm definitely bringing the heat now. And Storm now just working the lower back of Ripley. She looks like a desperate woman at this moment in time. And Toni Storm now just don't know what to do.
She needs to beat Rhea Ripley down if she wants to get that Storm 0 locked in.
Well, that's nice by Ripley with a kick, but Storm managing to dodge, but she connected with a super kick.
And a lovely drop kick. Knocks Storm off her feet.
And
Ripley's trying to hulk herself up, get back into this. Storm with a huge headbutt.
Oh my God, and Toni Storm going to try and go up. Oh no. Ripley could be in trouble now.
Frog splash. Ripley moves out the way.
Go on, Ripley. She got Storm. Picks her up. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Yes!
Alright, calm down.
And Rhea Ripley beats Toni Storm. Dan, what did you think of that matchup?
I thought it was quite an enjoyable match. A bit too short for my liking, seeing as though, like, you know, a lot of the other matches have had a lot longer time. I think Toni Storm went down a bit too easily, and the match was over a bit, kind of just as it was starting to pick up a bit of pace.
Yeah, I think even the Katie Ray Mia Yim match might have, given a little bit more time than this. I don't know if a match went longer or something like that, but I mean, Ripley winning kind of makes sense. But does Storm cement her status now as a worthy contender to the NXT Championship on NXT?
I think the way that this match went, I think she does, but she's not head of the queue.
I think that would be a fair assumption with Storm coming up short in NXT UK and NXT title matches. Ripley, though, keeps riding that wave of momentum. You've got to even think tomorrow night, will she look to try and enter herself in a Royal Rumble match and try and have a shot at WrestleMania? You wouldn't bet against it right now.
Well, Bianca Belair's watching on, clapping. Is she next in line?
Well, she is We'll catch up with that with NXT Update, actually, to see. But I think most definitely going to see these two women battle.
Well, they're interacting.
NXT TakeOver Portland. Right, so I have to do this, Dan. I know you hate me doing it. Scores after that. It goes 4-3 to me with one match left, which means that I get a win. You can only draw with me, which, not too bad. Also, we saw Gargano backstage getting attacked by Finn Balor and Tyler Bate stepping in. What a match that will be, Tyler Bate versus Finn Balor. That would be interesting. But up next, it is the main event. It's the one we're all waiting to see. It's NXT versus NXTUK. It's the Undisputed Era versus Imperium. And Dan, what have you thought of the build-up to this match and the match itself?
Well, this one, it's definitely personal. It's two of the biggest factions in wrestling at the moment. In my opinion, this is bigger than the Shield versus the... You've got the hugely dominant Undisputed Era going against the hugely dominant Walter-led Imperium.
Well, it's going to be a huge match because I've got my Adam Cole baby t-shirt on, and it'll be interesting to see what this match is going to bring. Like I said, two dominant teams. Of course, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong. Boom! And you see, everybody sings along to their entrances now. They have dominated NXT in the past couple of years, haven't they?
They have indeed, yeah. When they do eventually go up to the main roster. I didn't want to interrupt you doing your Adam Cole baby thing as he comes out. They've been a hugely dominant, unstoppable force when they go up to the main roster. If they get split up on the main roster, it'd be the fucking worst thing that they could do to dispute it. I mean, you don't want to push them in the sanity direction, having O'Reilly and Fish splitting up and kind of going off doing their own thing. They want to take them up as the Undisputed Era. Yeah. And same with Imperium as well.
Well, as we see Imperium come out, and what an entrance that is as well. And just a quick question, what entrance is better, Undisputed Era or Imperium's? Because they're both different, but both in good ways.
Well, you've kind of got the very British entrance of Imperium. Well, none of them are British, but the very European, kind of like, a kind of like what is it? What kind of music is this? It's classical music. Thank you. Was it Rachmaninoff's Third Symphony or something silly like that? And then you kind of got the rocky, upbeat tempo of the Undisputed Era with their boom and their Adam Cole babies. It is a tough one because I do like the discipline that Imperium come out with, but I do like the kind of fan interaction that Undisputed Era have got. So, they're both, as you say, very good in their own kind of ways.
The Undisputed Era are a group, but they have got individual tendencies, as we've seen, but all go the same way, whereas I think with Imperium it's just one goal to be, the mat is sacred type of thing. If you're going to talk about who's more dominant, we see Walter with the new NXT UK. What team is more dominant in their respective field? Is it Imperium and NXT UK or Undisputed Era and NXT?
Well, if you're talking about teams, it is Undisputed Era. If you're talking about men, there's only one man that is dominant, and that is Walter.
Do you think he's the deciding factor here tonight then in this match?
I believe he could be.
Well, it's going to be unbelievable. Before we get too far low down, prediction-wise, last predictions of the night. Can you salvage a draw or not? I have gone for, in this match, I've gone for one surprise already. This one I've gone Imperium to win.
Well, James, I too have gone Imperium, so I doff my cap to you. This Matt Riddle t-shirt is not only god-awful, but it is unlucky for me as well in predictions, because ever since I've started wearing it, it has done nothing but bring me bad luck.
It's the opposite of the Enzo top that you had, but we shall see what happens here. So unfortunately, personally, what team do you favour? Not prediction-wise. I mean, we'll get onto that in a second, but...
Well, I think that Imperium have the more weak links, but they have the Volta that kind of makes up for the weak links. Whereas, with Undisputed Era, I think there are only three possibilities that are going to eat the pin on their team. Adam Cole's definitely not going to eat the pin. I think it's going to be one of either the tag team or Roddy Strong. But, it is... If they can kind of keep Walter out of the ring, then it could be Undisputed Eras all day long.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting. You can't take Walter out of Imperium because if you put him in Undisputed Era, it'd just be a fish out of water, if you know what I mean. And I think the same for maybe, I don't know, can any of the members of the Undisputed Era maybe getting to Imperium the way they go. I mean, we started off with Eichner and O'Reilly, and O'Reilly's style is very different to what we normally see. You know, talk about the kind of MMA hybrid. Would he be a good fit with the right tutelage, do you reckon? Or, is there anybody that could really fit in? Or that's what makes the two groups so special, is that they've got certain individuals in it that make the difference?
I think that is it. I don't think either team could have any individual members going across to the other team. Especially the two corresponding leaders, Adam Cole and Walter, because they both want to be the leader of their faction. And, they've kind of got their singles, the champion, they've got their tag team, and they've got their secondary title holder as well. So, they've all kind of got their places in their team, and they all accept that. I mean, you can't see Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, or Bobby Fish ever wanting to fight for the NXT champion. Eichner, Barthel, and Wolf not fighting for the UK championship.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. And I think what's special as we see Barthel in there, now Roderick Strong's got the tag of both these two men. And I think the thing is, the Undisputed Era have been quite lucky because of Bobby Fish, his injury. The way Strong has teamed up with O'Reilly, even in six-man and tag team matches and multi-man matches that we see Undisputed Era, their team works so fluid because they were tag team champions together for 6 months to a year. Do you know what I mean? The same with Fish and O'Reilly, and he just fits into it. That way of teamwork, I don't think Imperium have got just yet. Imperium are only kind of 6 months old, and they're still trying to grow from that, aren't they?
Indeed, yeah, and it has been only Eichner and Barthel as a tag team, as opposed to, Wolf and one of the two, or Walter and one of the two.
Yeah.
But saying that, though, I think if anyone could change teams, it would be Roderick Strong because of his slightly different style to the rest of the team. You've got his kind of Messiah of the backbreaker thing, which goes really well for him. And I think that could fit into Imperium. Is probably the only one and the only way that they could do it.
So who would be the weak links on their respective teams if we see Strong and Fish double teaming Alexander Wolf?
I would say Wolf.
Yeah.
And because he has just lost his title, Roderick Strong.
Do you think Strong's in a little bit of trouble anyway because of the way the Undisputed Era go about their business?
Absolutely. He's kind of let the side down. And as we're saying that, my self-proclaimed weak link of Imperium is being sat over by the referee. He's kind of called a halt to this match. He's put up the X.
Well, that was a big kick that Wolf took to the face. Well, they're definitely not holding back here tonight, but that's never good to see.
No, but I'm glad that they've stopped the match. They've kind of, put a halt to it. They've seen that there's an issue. And, normally a wrestler would kind of jump in and say, look, I'm not taking this, and kind of carry on beating him down. But the referee's made the right call. He's stopping it. He's saying that, he's got a bit of an injury going on. Sec.
And I'll tell you something as well, we're going to see a replay of it quickly.
Did it hit his jaw?
I think it looked like it did. It just folded up Wolf. But, talk about Charles Robson, the great officiating. The dancing referee from NXT has been one of the better ones the past couple of years, hasn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. And they've kind of taken Wolf out of the match for a little while. Is that going to be the deciding factor now? Is this going to be Undisputed Eras? I mean, their pack mentality. They can... all four of them, can take down Walter.
Well, this is the thing now. Walter has got to be careful because he's in there with two. Alexander Wolf brought the experience as well, and now Walter's going to have to do the thinking for three men. And if Adam Cole, like I said, can smell blood, that's what Undisputed Era have done consistently over the past couple of years. You take advantage, and now we're seeing the NXT champion and the NXT UK champ trading in the middle of the ring.
Well, we've seen NXT Era taken advantages since they kind of debuted. I mean, they took advantage on your man.
Yes, they did. Thanks for bringing that up with McIntyre. Now they've got Walter in the corner as well. And Adam Cole, talk about being a great NXT champion. He's definitely carried the brand with the Undisputed Era alongside Ciampa Gargano these past couple of years.
So who do you think of the teams is more likely to sacrifice themselves for the leader? Would Riley, Fish or Strong sacrifice themselves for Adam Cole, or would it be more likely Eichner and Barthel to sacrifice themselves?
I think Undisputed Era will probably sacrifice themselves more because we just seen Roderick Strong take the tag and then Walter just knocking his fucking head off with the big boot. I think Eichner and Barthel come with experience. Do they trust Walter? I think they do. Would they take a bullet? I think we're going to have to see in this match. We've seen the Undisputed Era do that countless times for each other. That's what makes them such a great group. It's all for the greater goal at the end rather than the single person. Adam Cole didn't go straight after the NXT Championship. There was a thing after the group had kind of dominated for a little while, if you know what I mean. And then it just came to that, but it was the next thing that made sense.
But with Imperium, they kind of... Walter won the title, and then they kind of...
Formed because of that reason, and now they're looking to, keep hold of it rather than individual gold.
So are you saying that if Walter didn't have the championship, there would be no Imperium?
I think at the moment, yes, it would be, and I think it's down to Barthel and Eichner to go and win gold, and then you can say the same thing if Walter, is with or without the championship, how strong they are. Because I think they're a great tag team. There's a lot of potential, with those two young men, and now Barthel catches strong.
Yeah, but Adam Cole comes in and just takes the knee out on Marcel.
Well, the pace is slowed down, and the crowd quieted because obviously with the injury. And the 4-3 advantage Undisputed Era definitely know about the numbers. And as for the Undisputed Era, they couldn't have asked for anything better, could they, really, in the opening going?
No, do you think that was slightly intentional by them, injuring a man? So they do have that? Because we've seen, especially with Undisputed Era, that, they will always interfere in a match when they can, as opposed to Imperium. They've kind of got the rules and regulations in place. Walter can go out and do that on his own, where Adam Cole, we've seen a few times that he can, but a few times that he hasn't.
Yeah, and I think, like, you look at individuals like Bobby Fish, I think there's a lot of pent-up aggression for him. He's missed a bit of time through injury and not been able to time, and other people like Roderick Strong have come in. We don't hear about it, but there's obviously going to be tension brewing, especially with Kyle O'Reilly. You know what it's like when someone's got a new friend, and all of a sudden you're not seeing them as much anymore, whatever it is. That will be the questions asked the Undisputed Era, and Adam Cole's been a guy who's been perfectly be able to control the situation. And that's what makes a good leader as well.
But again, does a good leader kind of start to turn his back on faction members when they're not doing as well as they should be? Should they kind of encourage them instead of berating them and beating them down? Or is that what kind of made Roderick Strong win the North American Championship?
I think the proof's in the pudding with that one. We saw it made Roderick Strong, but it's what they do now. And if Adam Cole sees Roderick Strong as expendable, I think there is a question. But there's no doubt Roderick Strong has gone from a place in NXT where he was kind of the perennial loser, a bit like Hideo Itami or something like that, and then finally made it into the Undisputed Era. He's incredibly lucky where he is, and credit to him, he's put on some great matches, like we say, through his time in NXT.
But if it wasn't for the injury, would Undisputed Era just be a trio, or was Roderick Strong kind of, do you think he was going to join them all?
It might have been just a trio, but it worked out, didn't it? As a full with the War Games concept as well, and what they ended up doing there kind of made sense. But this is the thing, I feel at the moment Undisputed Era kind of had the top, and now they're starting to slowly, not come down as much, but they can't do much more in NXT, whereas Imperium are kind of rising, if you know what I mean. Walter's title reign, if you think about, he's held it on for oh my God, 6 months, or whatever it is, a bit longer than that. Compared to Pete Dunne's reign, doesn't seem that long, so you think you're going to hold it for quite a while.
But again, with NXT especially, the takeover events are quite far between. So, what would normally be a month-to-month basis is like a 3-month, 2 to 3 month basis. So it kind of, it seems longer, but in wrestling, in match times, it's not as many as it would be if it was a WWE champion.
Yeah. I UK need another event. They can't just wait until August for the next takeover. I don't care if it is a Worlds Collide in April or whatever it is. It's a takeover at the moment scheduled, but an event like that, I think even if it's a one-night thing in London or something, this would make perfect sense. Because tonight has been a great night for NXT UK talent, as long as NXT, they've got their takeovers. We've seen they've got one in February coming up. Now it's time for the UK guys.
As you were speaking, Kyle O'Reilly managed to take down Barthel, and then he tried to kick Walter, who kind of no-sold it, and then O'Reilly was kind of doing a zombie impression, or a kind of, he was just kind of taking a piss out of Walter. And now Walter's come in, cleared house, and it's just them two going mano a mano. And fair play to handsome Kyle O'Reilly. He's standing his ground. Or he was standing his ground until a suplex. O'Reilly's back up, tries hitting a lariat. Walter again no-sells it and hits a huge chop. Caves O'Reilly's chest in, gets him up for a powerbomb, but O'Reilly turning it into a guillotine headlock.
Well, he's got him now. And Walter might be in the trouble. Well, he's definitely put a better performance tonight, Walter, as he did at Survivor Series.
But O'Reilly with a knee to the head as Walter was trying to get him up for a suplex. And now Roddy's into his partner. But Walter German suplex to the pair of them.
And Eichner, and now takes in Barthel.
Eichner and Barthel are both in. They got O'Reilly up.
Wheelbarrow and Eichner.
the wheelbarrow DDT into a cover. Oh no, O'Reilly just managing to kick out.
And Roderick Strong there.
Landed on his head.
Well, we talk about that might be 3 each now.
It's not an elimination match though, just to be...
Yeah. Just the injuries pile up. Now it's Barthel and O'Reilly. And Barthel was worked on quite considerably by the Undisputed Era. But he's back into his credit. You would say Eichner's probably the freshest out of Imperium at this moment in time. And Adam Cole, always a clever, is taking his time out on the apron.
Well, he is saving himself.
We saw a little exchange with Walter, but apart from that, now it's Eichner in.
Lovely butterfly suplex.
There's no doubt this big Italian has got a lot of power.
The Italian stallion.
And Eichner now trying to get the tide turned back in Imperium's favour. Trying to maybe separate O'Reilly from the bunch. But it is difficult to get the Undisputed Era separated. That's what, again, makes them work as such a great group.
Well, that's their pack mentality. If they see one of their men in trouble, they're just going to come in and bombard the ring, aren't they?
And Roderick Strong is finally getting after that German suplex earlier. And bad news for O'Reilly. Walter's in.
Huge right hand to the ribs.
O'Reilly's a tough man, but Walter just does the simple things effectively, and that's what makes him hurt so much.
Just gives him a massive bonsai drop.
That'll collapse a lung. And Adam Cole saying, yeah, you try and do that to me.
Trying to distract Walter from the outside. Trying to put him off his game, giving O'Reilly a chance to get back into this.
But Walter's taking him into Imperium's corner.
Chop his chest. Chop his chest. I think he's going to eat a few chops and then come out of his punches and then fall down.
Well, O'Reilly not taking a few forearms to the chest, not having much effect and fighting out the corner.
He's fighting Eichner and Walter until he gets chopped. And he just folds himself up onto the deck and gets a pin, but only a 2 count.
2. And Undisputed Era go, fucking hell, make sure that doesn't happen to us. And now Eichner in. He's got O'Reilly. Back suplex. No, O'Reilly lands on his feet.
Backed up into Imperium's corner. Ducks a Walter shot. Goes lying down. But he gives Eichner a chance to get back into this. Tags in Barthel.
And now Barthel, Eichner got something planned here. Oh my God.
Did O'Reilly move out of the way so that Eichner and Barthel clashed?
Well, communication issue and with Wolflair not being able to help. But Barthel's got ankle lock on O'Reilly.
Sends him into the Imperium corner. Walter gets the tag in. Looking for the power bomb, but O'Reilly intelligently gets out of there. Unfortunately, it's Roderick Strong back in. And
Roderick Strong is bringing it as well as he takes out Barthel and Eichner on the apron.
Whilst trying to attack Walter.
He tried to chop Walter.
You don't want to get in a chopping contest with Walter.
What? Strong now? Getting an advantage?
But 15 of Strong's chops don't even equal half of one of Walter's. With Roderick Strong running from rope to rope. A couple of times successfully till he gets clotheslined out of his boots by Walter.
Well, that is not going to help. And now Walter's going to set Strong up for a powerbomb.
No, Strong out of it. A knee to the jaw. Blind tag. Strong doesn't see it. Oh, he must have done. Butterfly powerbomb. 2. No.
Right, they're managing to kick out.
But Strong turns it straight into a Boston Crab. Really deep Boston Crab as well.
And Eichner just trying to scramble round to get over. Eichner with a nice chop of his own and a 4. Wow.
Huge clothesline.
I'm impressed by the power there as Roderick Strong wants to tag in Bobby Fish.
Barcel's in.
Now it's trying to be a 2-on-1, but Fish fighting him off.
Spinebuster to a kick. Fish gets loaded up. Barcel drops him to... No. Bobby Fish with a kick out.
But you still think the game plan of Adam Cole is clever in this one. As now he's maybe looking for the tag to pick up the pieces. No Walter to be seen at this moment in time.
I was just about to say that. He sees Walter's not on the apron. Bobby Fish managing to escape Eichner and Barthel. Bonus suplex.
And Eichner's leg landed right onto Barthel's face. There might be another Imperium member out. Cole desperate to get the tag in. Here comes the leader. Super kick, fakes high, goes low. Here he comes off the second. Missed with a sunrise, but Barthel fighting him off.
Barthel looking for a German. Cole gets out of it, delivers a kick to the head.
You got credit Barthel's managing to match strikes with the NXT champ, but that might be it now.
Ushi-Goroshi.
And Walter there with a kick to the back of Cole saying, wait a minute, it's not over yet. But like you said, down the pack of wolves in the Undisputed Era.
And they've got one man in their sights as the rest of Imperium are down and out of ringside.
And this is horrible at the best.
I was half expecting Walter kind of just burst up and push them all off in different directions.
A la Big Show at Rumble.
Hello, Big Shout at Rumble.
And now Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly got Volta.
Tossed him to the outside. They've eliminated him from the Rumble.
And onto those mats. And they look a bit sturdier than the mats we've seen recently.
Definitely a bit more professionally set out than the mats at Impact.
The announce table, the Undisputed Era's own. And this could be bad news for Volta. But I think Walter realised it, fight with everything he's got. Of course, the NXT UK champ. Oh my God, now he's got Roderick Strong.
He's going to put him through... No! Thought he was going to put him through an announce table, but O'Reilly to the rescue.
They're always there for each other. And now 3 men with Volta.
And Volta still managing to fight them all off. Throwing them from pillar to ring post.
Credit to Volta showing just how tough he is. And the crowd chanting that.
Well, they're doing a Goldberg chant, but in Volta's name. That'd be a match and a half, wouldn't it? Volta versus Goldberg.
God, imagine Goldberg taking a chop and Volta taking a spear. And now at the moment, Walter has got Kyle O'Reilly on the announce table.
This can only mean bad things, but Bobby Fish there to save the day for his partner.
And a forearm, and now Strong has got Volta.
Strong slam through the announce table.
Oh my God. And Volta, the champion and captain of Imperium, may be out of this match.
Okay, can I change my pick, please?
Yeah. Oh my God. And Roderick Strong managed to pick up Volta.
Jesus.
My God, we talked about Worlds Collide. Would it really matter? And tonight, they're putting their bodies on the line. The main event, Undisputed Era versus Imperium. And now Adam Cole, again, looking to pick up the pieces. Marcel Barthel, going to finish him off.
No, Barthel fighting out. Ducks a charge in Adam Cole. It's a huge uppercut, suplex.
Well, and credit to Barthel. Uppercut.
In comes O'Reilly. He gets sidestepped. Eichner's in the ring.
Now O'Reilly's in trouble. Barthel throws it.
A brain buster suplex. Cole's nearly got back into the ring, but realised their backs aren't turned just yet. Now you got 3 members of the Undisputed Era going against 1 member of Imperium.
But Barthel, to his credit, nice slam onto Strong. But didn't see the super kick.
Well, it is a super kick party. Cole's delivered 2 to Eichner and Barthel.
Eichner springboard in, got caught.
Oshi.
And Barthel is going to get pinned. No.
Barthel's just managing to kick out.
And breathe. My God, look, see replay. Eichner springboarding in.
He sees it halfway across. He's like, shit.
I don't want to do it again, but I will. Allah, Shawn Michael, Shelton Benjamin.
Hello, Shawn Michael, Shelton Benjamin.
And Adam Cole tagging in Strong. This could be it. And what an incredible match it's been. And now Strong picking up Barthel. Cole directing traffic.
Gutbuster. Shining Wizard.
Strong into the cover. No.
Barthel managing to kick out.
Well, how the hell is he still in this match?
Well, it is 4-1-2 at the moment.
Credit to Barthel. It's probably his biggest match of his young career, and he's definitely bringing it in the absence of not only Wolf, but now Volta. Here comes Eichner again.
So not even the numbers, these 2 great tag teams.
The number games always catch up. Oh my God. And he just pops up Eichner, hit with a knee and a kick.
Bobby Fish has been low-bridged. Oh, dragon screw leg whip.
Oh, and Fish kicking the other leg. And now Barthel's caught O'Reilly going up.
Oh, a knee to the back of the knee.
And
he's got the leg bar locked in.
This could be it. Barthel's in all sorts of trouble. And he's been attacked.
I just want to see Volta sitting up and charging into the ring, just killing everyone now. And he's trying to wiggle his way to the bottom rope.
And again, you got to credit this young man who manages to get to the rope. And O'Reilly, of course, going to take... all a count.
Oh, double springboard.
Well, that's one way to break a submission, is that for Eichner?
Very agile of the not small man.
And somehow Imperium are still in it, but now they realise just the 2.
Oh, yeah, it's just Eichner and Barthel.
And Eichner may be saving his partner for a second there as Fish and Strong just take out Eichner. And this is vicious, but look who's up!
Walter's on the ring apron, desperate for a tag, desperate for some retribution.
He's alive! Can he get the tag though?
It's Walter!
Barthel fights off, Adam Cole gets a tag. And he's got hold of Marcel Barthel, not letting him get to Walter.
Inseguri, Cole ducks it, he hits O'Reilly. Walter's got the tag in.
Uh-oh.
And now it's NXT's best against NXT UK's best.
Shit just got real.
And we've got a bit of a chop fest going on. Oh!
3 in a row.
There's only one man left to eat a chop. But he's fighting out the best he can, exposing the knee for the last shot. Oh! Drops Cole. Drops O'Reilly. Drops Strong.
Volta is a one machine. And Imperium's chances last. And now he's got Strong.
Powerbomb.
And now he's looking at the finishes.
Frog splash.
But he's not the legal man.
Cole, last shot.
No. 1, 2.
Oh.
And somehow
Bartel comes in to save it. I think Ike on the ring as well, going to jump in.
Well, incredible stuff there by everyone involved.
Yeah, and credit to Eichner and Bartel. You know, they kept Imperium's chances alive while Volta was out. And, you know, kind of just saving it for Volta got back in and just tore the house down. But credit to Cole, you know, seizing his opportunities. He was a legal man waiting for Volta to kind of expel himself on Roderick's chin. Unfortunately, coming up just short.
And now look at this. 4 of Undisputed Era in their corner. The 3 of Imperium now.
Kyle O'Reilly barely able to stand up.
It has been an all-out war, and he feels it's coming to an end, but he's still not sure which way it's going to go. The Undisputed Era have got the numbers, but they're both just going for it.
Indeed. I don't know why they're not twosing up on Volta.
Well, they know Volta's so strong, and now the sleeper on Fish.
But O'Reilly's got a sleeper of his own on Volta. Look at the faces he pulls.
And O'Reilly's got him, and he might be a legal man.
High low.
And if they can get a man onto Volta, that'll be it.
Bartel, yeah, taking out Adam Cole from the ring apron.
And now it's O'Reilly on the outside with Barthel again. Oh! That was an unbelievable slam. And here comes Roderick Strong.
Over the top rope.
I took out one member of the Undisputed Era and took out one member of the Imperium. Uh-oh. Here he comes. Oh, that's beautiful.
That was brilliant agility.
And they all fall down like a deck of cards. It's Bobby Fish and Volta in there.
Leaps up to the top, springboards off. Volta with a huge seated drop kick. There must have been some whiplash there. Sets Bobby Fish up. Powerbomb into a cover. 1, 2, 3.
And Volta and the Imperium beat the Undisputed Era. Absolutely unbelievable match, Dan, that was,
yes,
wasn't it?
and the mat remains sacred.
It really does. Incredible encounter. It's a bit of a shame about Alexander Wolf's injury, but all 7 men should be proud. I don't think I'm overhyping it. That is a match of the year candidate already there, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. You can see the injuries to Volta's ribs after that strong slam through the announce table. But, you know, even Bartel keeping the match alive when Volta was out, and, you know, they probably would have relied a bit more on Wolf if he was still in the match. Unfortunately, injured very early on in there as well. But, yeah, the result definitely went the right way with Imperium. I hope it's not the last we see of these two teams going head-to-head, though.
Well, when you said it's like Wyatts and Shield, these two teams delivered it as it was such, didn't they, you know?
All right then, James. How's about I propose this to you? You've got the team of Moustache DIY Mountain going against the team of Imperium, going against the team of the Undisputed Era.
What a match that would be.
If that is not War Games this year, then they can fuck off and die.
That'd be incredible. Well, Voltalo getting a victory for his team with a powerbomb. Incredible stuff there by Volta. All right, so we just finished off with the scores in that one, and we've both got to play 4 overall and 2-0 NXT scores at this moment in time. But as Volta and Imperium celebrate in the middle of the ring, let's just run through the first card. So the first match, Kaylee Ray versus Mia Yim. It was on the kickoff, 3.5. Your basic women's title match. Kaylee Ray getting a victory.
Indeed, yes. It wasn't anything outstandish. Again, I don't know why Kaylee Ray wasn't falling fodder to Rhea Ripley and kind of setting up something for Storm a bit later on down the line. You know, it would have made a bit more sense, but as you say, it was kind of taken out of the Survivor Series kind of champion versus champion thing.
Yeah, without doubt. Our second match was Balor versus Dragunov. That started off the event proper. Dan, what were your thoughts on this one?
Absolutely great way to start off the show. It was a brilliant showcase. Dragunov, despite not being the victor in the match, he certainly looked a winner in my eyes. And Finn Balor again, you know, I think he's found his perfect footing again going back to NXT.
Yeah, I gave that 4 out of the way to start the show.
I give that 4.25 out of 5.
Then we had Travis Banks versus Jordan Devlin, Garza and Swerve. I thought these 4 men gave everything they could in the time that they were given. And I think credit to the Cruiserweight division and the championship that WWE have not cared about it for so long. And I think finally we might be seeing a little bit saying, if it's used correctly as a secondary championship on NXT UK.
Or do you think it's kind of Vince saying, well, I don't like these small guys, damn it, and Triple H is saying, well, I'll... and took them on, basically.
Yeah, I think so. But I gave that 4.25 out of 5.
I gave that 4.25 too.
And then we had Moustache Mountain versus DIY.
What an absolute exhibition of a match. And this match was not really for any reason whatsoever. You know, it's not going to be a bragging right. I haven't been keeping scores throughout this pay-per-view, so it's kind of not a thing saying, well, we beat you this amount of times. It is just a showcase pay-per-view. And if these 4 guys can do that with nothing on the line, imagine what they do with titles on the line.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think that just showed how good it was. I gave that 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. 4.5 out of 5 for me.
And then the Women's Championship, Matt Ripley versus Storm. This seemed a bit forced, a bit quick, you know, it's kind of chucked in there.
Indeed, yeah. As we said just after the match, it seemed like it was over a bit too quickly. I mean, every other single match got a lot. And it's kind of a... You know, why are they not giving the women time? They could have kind of shortened a couple of other matches by 5 minutes and, you know, given them extra 10 minutes, and I think it wouldn't have harmed it as well.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
I gave that a 3.75 out of 5.
Yeah, and then we had the main event, Imperium versus Undisputed Era, exchange by Alexander Wolf, but what a performance by, you know, Barthel and Eichner, 2 guys maybe not had the spotlight. Definitely shone tonight. And Volta, talk about how to make a champion look in this match with Undisputed Era. It was incredible, really, wasn't it? You know,
absolutely, yeah. It's a way to make a dominant man look very dominating. You know, he ate a last shot. He got put out for an announce table, and as you say, credit to Eichner and Bartel for managing to hold the match there. I think they would have relied on Wolf hadn't he been injured, but unfortunately, it's something that happens in wrestling. You know, it's an unfortunate incident, and hopefully Wolf is up to recover, but I hope it was just kind of nothing too major and they were just taking precautions from it. Yeah. But again, all 7 men in this match absolutely put it all on the line, and credit where it's due. Brilliant match of the year contender.
Without a doubt. Well, Alexander Wolf has tweeted saying he was fine. He said he wished he could finish the match, but the safety of, you know, the doctors and W Medical taking care of him. He said thanks to everybody. He said it was his own fault, and he said hashtag chin up. But like I said, he's a veteran, and it must be horrible for him for that to happen. But still, you know, what an incredible match. A 5 out of 5 for me. Yeah,
I agree with you on that one. 5 out of 5. Definite match, and again, you know, something that if there was a bit more on the line, say, you know, Walter drops his title, they go up to the main roster, Roderick Strong had his North American Championship, they could say, look, you think you're man enough, let's go, all the gold on the line, and see where we go from here.
Alright, so then we just got 3 things left. I think match of the night is pretty easy. It's going to be the main event of the evening. What about person of the show? Do you want me to go first, or do you want to do it?
I'm going to say Ilya Dragunov for me. I thought he performed greatly. Again, being on the losing side, but he looked great in defeat.
I'm going to say Volta, just because of how great he was treated. What they did wrong in Survivor Series, they did right here tonight. Like I said, like a beast rising from the grave to come in and get the victory. And you were right about Adam Cole not tasting the pin. But wouldn't that be a great match? Have an NXT champ versus the NXT UK champion. We didn't get too much of it tonight, and you just felt it there, you know. And that's what I really liked about it. And finally, Dan, what is your score out of 10?
I am going to give this an 8 3/4 out of 10. I feel, you know, if there was a few titles on the line, it could have bumped the score, and if the women's match was a bit longer, it could have helped it out as well. But, you know, aside from the, in my opinion, surprise of Devlin winning it, which, you know, winning the Cruiserweight Championship, there wasn't anything majorly surprising.
But still, I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
It's a 2.5 hour show. It's like an old WWE pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is something you can have on that you can enjoy. So I gave so your score 8 3/4. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from with that. I think for me, I'm going to give it a 9 1/4 because it was enjoyable. Like I said, an old-fashioned Attitude Era type pay-per-view, 2.5 hours, and the matches on showing the talent really, really delivered. What could have been a phoning it in, like a WWE house show, something like that, really delivered. I think for the crowd as well. You know,
absolutely, and you can see the quality shining through for the matches that they put on as well. They just put it all out there.
Without a shadow of a takeover, I think would be fair to say with Worl'd Collide here.
Absolutely not, no.
So that is it. Don't forget our next episode will be the Royal Rumble. We're bringing it out Sunday. Just like to thank everybody who listened to us live. And a big weekend we had, and of course we'll be live again in February for NXT Takeover Portland. But don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WNR Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins across all the Google platforms. Send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram with WNR Podcast. We're on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Come and find our page and give us a like with a WNR Podcast. And come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the WNR Podcast. All the latest clips on there. Podcast at the same time on YouTube. Other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
Of course, we're live on Spreaker, Stitcher Radio and iTunes where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is it. Like I said, we really enjoyed Worlds Collide and we hope the Royal Rumble is as good.
If it was half as good, it would be a very good pay-per-view.
Exactly. So that is it. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Jay Rollins, and as always, I was joined by
Dan White.
So we'll see you at the Rumble. Bye.
Bye.